week 2 of 3F7921, I think we got as much snow as we have in the last 3 years. I took advantage of the opportunity because who knows when we'll have all this snow again. Snow is fun and games, but not entirely. Around here they use cinders from coal-fired power plants as traction aids. That's great for motor vehicles, not for bikes, where cinders result in multiple punctures. I had so many cinder flats on day 3 of week 2 that I called my wife to come and pick me up. The rest of the week I stayed off the county roads where cinders are used. That meant 4 days on the fat bike, and that meant 4 days of hard riding. Fat bikes were developed for use in soft underfoot conditions such as sand and snow. Their increased flotation makes it easier to ride in those conditions than it would be with a different type of bike. Easier, but not easy. With the increased weight and rolling resistance of the oversized tires and the challenge of plowing through soft materials, fat biking is hard work. In fact, the challenge that it posed this week had me asking myself some tough questions. I bare my soul on the matter to my behind-the-scenes supporters on Patreon. Road riding is occasionally hard, depending on wind and terrain. Mountain biking is frequently hard with hills, rocks, and roots along the way. Fat biking, at least in the conditions for which fat bikes were developed, is constantly hard. Every pedal stroke is a great effort. Fat fans speaking to non-fatties suggest or even say outright that riding a fat bike is super easy. They'll hear of a rider on a mountain bike or a gravel bike who struggled through sand or snow and smugly say, "You just need a fatty." But when we who own fat bikes are commiserating with each other behind closed doors, we freely admit, fat biking is hard. But my fat bike with its 4.8-inch tires enabled me to continue 3F7921 without resorting to indoor riding. At one point I looked at the forecast and it seemed the snow would be greater than was fat bikeable, so I checked my trainer and rollers. My trainer literally broke in my hands. I got at least 25 good years out of it, so I wasn't heartbroken. I did order a new trainer for those rare days I'm compelled to ride inside. I also ordered a new belt for my rollers. Those rollers still have the original equipment belt, which is now several years old, so I figured it would be a good plan to have a spare on hand. Numbers for the week were 8 hours, 62.9 miles, and 3,461 feet of climbing. Next week we'll be back to seasonal norms and the snow will quickly melt. I'm glad I got some snow riding in while I could, but I'm looking forward to getting back on the roads where each hour in the saddle amounts to more than 6 miles of riding. I'm Rich Reese, and I'll be out there.